Please welcome Karan Johar.
Hello, everyone. Karan, we are meeting you one day after you got the national award. Guys, big hand. This was a big one. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Karan, वहाँ speech तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है शायद. This is the place you can tell us one day later what does it feel to go and receive a national award.
Well, it's all a bunch of ironies actually. The very first national award that I have won was for Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, which just completed 25 years on the 16th of October. Which means it's also 25 years of, it's my career anniversary, my workversary. And then a day after that, I won my second, Dharma Productions won our second national award, right the day after the 25th year of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai for Shah. It just felt, like it was all at the right time, really. It felt like the celebration continued. It was an overwhelming feeling being surrounded by such incredible talent from all parts of the country. You know, there was every language represented. Was such a dignified ceremony. On point about everything. It was wonderful to be honored by the President and the Minister of Information and Broadcasting and Sports. It was just the most exhilarating feeling and representing a true story. Captain Vikram Batra's brave narrative, essayed so outstandingly by Siddharth Malhotra. It really was a moment yesterday. So that particular moment on stage felt surreal. And I felt it's moments like these that really make the entire journey of doing what we do seem like it's worth it.
Wow. So to the entire team of Shah, to everyone at Dharma, to all of you, big congratulations. Big congratulations.
Thank you.
I can see this session is completely packed. So nice to have all you young people out here. Karan, this is a new generation. My generation grew up on this, on Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. You made us believe. Like, did you realize what films do? Like, I'll explain to you all. You all are slightly younger than me. You know, Yash Chopra ji ki ek film aayi thi, jisme they said, someone somewhere is made for you. And we believed it. My entire generation believed it. Then comes this young filmmaker with a very colorful, vibrant film, of course, you know, Shah Rukh Khan in it saying, Pyar Dosti Hai. We all believed Pyar Dosti Hai. Karan, did you realize what you all were doing? You all were shaping the minds of young people like me. For years, we thought this is what it is.
I mean, like, so much has evolved in the changed in the changed world today, specifically with so much with technology and you know with like advancements around us. But some basics, according to me, don't change. I feel like दिल सबका टूटता है, तब भी टूटता था, अभी भी टूटता है. प्यार सभी को हो जाता है. Almost it updates itself like the iPhone, but प्यार बहुत बार होता है. बार-बार होता है और जब भी that relationship ends, the heartbreaking Channa Mereya moment will still remain the same. I find the generation today going through and battling heartbreak in a more turbulent manner than it ever did. Today, I know there are so many people who walk around, like when I see young faces in my offices sad, I just know that they're going through a tough time in their relationship. Previously, I think everyone was more resilient. Right. So I think when I said Pyar Dosti Hai, it resonates today. Because if you don't find a friend in your lover, then neither the love or the intimacy eventually will add up. It'll just be a hookup, a fling, and it'll end. So when I say Pyar Dosti Hai, then I say it today. Yeah. It's just that there was no Tinder and Bumble. You know, there was more organic meeting and greeting and then whatever else that followed. Right. But like, I don't think anything has changed, Rohit.
Right.
Emotionally, nothing changes. Advancements in technology will keep updating. But that's technology. It has really nothing to do with matters of the heart.
Right. This is a generation on all these apps. How many of you believe Pyar Dosti Hai? Raise your hand. Not bad. This generation also, there are many who still believe that. So, anyway.
I mean, having said that, I mean, if you really have a platonic friendship, please go for that. you know, I mean, you don't have to hook up with every friend of yours. Like, I mean, I'm really not saying that just because I made a friend, like, hey, let's hang out tonight. You can Netflix and not chill.
Right, very well said. That brings me just to a very random question. Have you been on any dating app?
No. Well, I did try once on Raya because I was told Raya is for like people in the entertainment industry. But every time I like ticked someone, they didn't like tick me back or whatever, or didn't respond. I felt multiple rejections, and then I realized that they thought that I was a fake account.
Yeah, that could be.
So I was like, I really got dejected, and I left that particular dating app. I mean, no offense, I'm sure they do a great job, but like I had a really like I felt an inferiority being rejected constantly, because I'm like, yaar, I was being quite like lenient also, I thought, I was like ticking away like mujhe koi correspondence वापस नहीं मिल रहा था, so it was like kind of weird.
Right, I love how this conversation, I didn't have the plan to start on this note, but then what does Karan Johar do? Because half the people on the app will say, yeah, fake account, and this is someone else.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's not easy, yaar. I mean, like, it's tough, like, to find love. It's tough to find a relationship. It's tough to find someone you can relate to, be compassionate with, be compatible with. Your struggle, my struggle, all our struggles are the same, and I feel like when people say, and I'm sure you've heard it a lot, put yourself out there. Where is this there? I look for that there every day. Like, I'm like, मैं कहाँ जाऊँ to do that there? I travel, I go out, I meet people, I'm affable, I'm sociable, I try very hard to meet people from all cultures, from all parts of the world, even in my city. We are insular when we are in the film fraternity because we tend to only meet our people just by virtue of the kind of job we do. I try to even break that,
Right.
but nahi hota yaar. I mean, like, it's damn easy to say, like, put yourself out there, but wo nahi milta mujhe wo there. I'm looking, if you all know the address of there, just please
What a
share
platform.
that.
Yeah, you all are spreading the word, guys. Go ahead and spread the word.
I mean, you all are younger, easier, you can hang out at like pubs and bars and like things can happen. Wahan jaunga to nahi hoga na.
Right, that's true. Talking about pubs and bars, like I know a lot of people go to these places. If Karan goes to a pub and bar, are you eyeing everyone saying, इसको मैं star बनाऊंगा, ये actress जैसी बन सकती है?
Well, I'm not a casting director. I mean, I'm not
They
Shanu
see you.
Sharma that I'm going to a pub and bar and scouting. They'll think I'm they'll think I'm some real like sleazy man walking in staring at people for potential casting. I mean, obviously not. When you're going, you're checking everyone out like everyone else does, right? You're hardly seeing them as potential actors. I mean, that's the last thing I want to see,
Right.
We read a lot of stories that, I saw this face and I knew this face would be a star. I mean, I don't see an audition, how can I know?
Right.
Just by seeing somebody, there are a lot of pretty people in the world, but very few of them can really act,
That's
so
true.
you have to really see their audition, and that's the job of the casting director.
So it is a procedure. I don't know why I deviated. I loved this chat with him, but we're going to go back to...
Yeah, you went straight into my dating life. Like, I was like,
Everyone-
I'm like, what am I on? Like the 5-year celebration of Tinder. Like, what happened?
Everyone
What happened to
is
Bollywood
interested.
Hungama?
Everyone is interested, trust me. Karan, I'm going to take you back to Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. 25 years is a really long time. Tell me the night of the premiere. Where was this premiered at Liberty, if I'm not wrong?
Yes, yes.
That's where all the big premieres would happen.
Yes.
And what was that night like? What were you, like you were a young filmmaker. Explain to tell this viewers, they don't know this.
You shouldn't know this either, because that night was actually quite a turbulent night for all of us. We were under some threat, etc. That's a long story. But I wasn't allowed actually to be out there and visible at all. We were told by authorities that I had to be hiding in a tiny room. It was only at one point Shah Rukh took me out, because he realized I was really feeling sad and the FOMO of not being out there. And he said, look, nothing will happen to you. I'm going to stand right next to you. And that's Shah Rukh for you. I mean, like a brother for life. I went out, but there was a lot of fear, so I went back into... I had no idea. I only had ADs coming and telling me, like, oh, they're clapping here, they're laughing here, they're crying here. I didn't know. I didn't see the film with anyone. After that, we were rushed out of the country and we left for London. And I never saw the film in a cinema in India, and I regret that. I used to only have, and it was sad, and I used to have tears rolling down my eyes because my friends would take... Mobiles tab naye aaye the. They would take their mobile phones when Salman's entry would come, and just to see the raw 4 in the audience at that time, and I was just hearing it like from London on the phone, and I was there for 6 weeks, and when I got back 6 weeks, the film had of course settled down to what it was. But I never saw the film, I never experienced the initial euphoria. The night before was just a stressful night. The sad thing is the stress wasn't for the film, it was for many other parts, you know, that we were fearful for. But like, then the love, you know, kind of stayed, and then you realize that possibly I realized that maybe, I have a career now. Like, maybe I can make a next film and people won't like think it's strange. But like, it was a moment I won't forget. Like, I really felt like I wish I could have seen the film with the industry that I grew up on, with people who I was awestruck by and just like mesmerized by, and they were all in liberty, and I didn't meet anyone.
Right. So when Shah Rukh took you out, that was when Shami ji came,
Yes,
and
yes.
that's so.
Because I used to have a dream that Shami ji would come in his Mercedes, walk out, and be my premiere. It was a dream. It was something I had manifested, and it happened. So when that happened, Shah Rukh got me out.
Wow. So you didn't experience anything like the release, you know, people were queuing outside the theater. That
I
time they were
didn't know how the film was doing. We didn't have access to Bollywood Hungama.
So sad.
We had no access to like Box Office India, to trade analysts. Now, see, everyone's a trade analyst today. I mean, you know, when I go on to, which I've left Twitter, but sometimes when I read the feeds, and I'm like, wow, everyone's reporting box office collections. Like, when do they work? You know, like, it's so amazing that everyone's an analyst, everyone's a critic, everyone is like sharing advance booking information, and I'm like, that's amazing. It wasn't like that then. So when I was in London, I remember on Tuesday, I went to the phone booth, because mobiles were still not international. We were still depending on the booth, like put in coins, and I called Adi Chopra, who's my best friend, and I couldn't get through to him for one day, and I was like, what's happening? Like, what's happening? Like, my film's released, what's going on? Like, how is it going? So he just said that, where are you? So I said, I'm in London, I'm here. He knew I was in London. I said, I'm talking to you from the phone booth, and say fast, because I only have 2 pounds. Like, you know, time will run out.
That time you had 2 pounds.
I mean, with me, I had more at home, but like with me, I was in my, it was very cold back then, so I was like in my coat and like 2 pounds wondering. And he said, go, what is the most expensive thing you want to buy? So I was like, why? He said, no, just answer my question. So I said, I really want to buy my parents a larger home. So he said, okay, come back and buy it, because your film's a blockbuster. And I was like, oh. I was like, I was a bit dumbstruck or whatever at that time, and then the money ran out. And I was like, oh, I can't call him back. Did he really say? Then I went running up, and I woke up my parents. It was early in the morning. And I said, Mummy, Papa, hamari picture chal gayi. Papa said, chal gayi? And they all said it like in a surprise way, because my father had given, up to that point, many films had failed. And, you know, he had heard Kyare Monday ko drop ho gayi many times. So he was, chal gayi. And my mother also said, chal gayi. And they both like sprung up like that. And he went running and started dialing distributors. And Punjab and Rajasthan and Maharashtra and Bombay. And because we called everybody, whoever the distributors of Kuch Kuch were, they were all under the baton of Yash Raj Films, but it was all individual territories, and everybody was saying, "Yahan full hai, wahan full hai, wahan 2 hafte tak full hai." And I was like, it was music to all our ears, and we were just sitting around the phone, and my mother kept tapping and saying, "Kya bol rahe hain, kya bol rahe hain?" You know, we were like behaving like one of those mad families, you know, around like whatever. And then finally we spoke for 2-3 hours, and then he said, "Chinese food khayenge abhi." So, like any good Punjabi would say in a celebration moment, like, abhi Chinese food khayenge. And we went to a Chinese restaurant and ate. That's what when we realized the film was a hit.
Nice. So Adi Chopra was the first person to tell you that
He told
this
me,
is a hit.
yeah.
Then when you came back and met Shah Rukh, met Rani, met Kajal, like what was that moment like? Must have been so special.
I don't remember that. I remember coming back, but then I don't remember. Everything's a blur. I just remember then the award ceremony started, and I got so excited that I started eating in excitement, and in like 2 months I think I'd put on about 25 more kilos over the already 100 that I had. So like I had to make new clothes for the award ceremonies because I wasn't fitting into anything. That was my trauma at that time. And no one fat shamed me then. There was no such thing as fat shaming. Someone perhaps like I just was allowed to grow as large as I could. And then the only thing I remember was going to these award ceremonies and giving long speeches of acceptance and being like, so my God, I won my first Filmfare Award. Oh my God, I won my first Star Screen, my first Z Award. Like, it was just amazing. Like, that feeling was just celebrations right through the early part of 99.
Right. First film will always be special.
Yes, beyond. I mean, it's where the journey begins, right?
Right. And is it true that, you know, the title song, Jugal Hansraj gave that
Yeah,
tune to
it was
you?
his tune. He thought of it in the shower. And subsequently I took many showers, but like no song came to me. I'm also tone deaf and I can't sing. And I told him also I sent him also to many showers after that. And even he couldn't come up with another song like Kuch Kuch Hota. And I was like, that one momentous shower gave us this song.
That is some talent. We had no idea that he
It was
had
his
this.
tune. We thanked him at the beginning of the film.
Wow, amazing. Then comes your second film, which in your mind, was it this that it should be bigger and bigger, larger in every way?
Yeah,
Canvas.
because once it's like when you're nouveau riche, you want to show off. So I was nouveau riche, right, after Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. And then I was showing off with Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham.
Right.
I wanted the biggest cast, the biggest making, the biggest locations. Everything was a bit like larger than life, the way I see cinema. And I thought I was making the biggest film of the year. Like, I thought, like, is saal mein koi aana hi nahi chahiye, because I'm coming with Kabhi in my own head. Biggest life lesson learned, which I will never ever, that's the year that grounded me, that's the year that gave me so much stability and gave me a sense of self like nothing else. Because every film I saw that year, I felt was far superior to mine. I saw Lagan, I saw Dil Chahta Hai, I saw Gaddar, I saw Chandni Bar, and I was like, oh man, like when I'm coming in December, like all these brilliant movies have come before me, I'm going to get slandered by the critics, which I was. I still remember Rajiv Masand's review.
Right.
It said old wine, new bottle, and that's what it must have felt like, And I went into depression because after winning all those awards, I won nothing for Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. I was like, I went away somewhere into the mountains in depression, and I was mourning a film that was doing incredibly well. But like, when you got that validation in your first film and you don't get it in your second, even though the box office is doing phenomenally, I don't think at that time I was looking at that. I was looking for individual directorial validation, which I didn't think I got.
Right.
I think I got it much later on in life for Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham.
Guys, how many Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham fans out here? See, just look at this room.
Yeah, you all weren't in my life then, yeah. I mean, I was really sad for some reason because Lagan, it was the year of Lagan, man. Like,
What a year,
Lagan is
yeah.
the best film of Hindi cinema. Like, it's my favorite film. And what a beautiful film. It's like, it's really cinematic and it's really brave. And, and I made a commercial, mainstream, happy film. And not to take away from the work that I put into Kabhi Khushi, but I knew that वो आर्काइव्स वाले बुक्स में ना वो लगान आएगा, वो मेरी पिक्चर नहीं आएगा. जो वो टॉप 100 सिनेमा वाली फिल्में होंगी ना, वो नहीं आएगा कभी कुछ कभी गम.
Right. But what a year. Imagine, see the films that you named in 1 year. We don't have this
It was
time
an
anymore.
incredible year.
Yeah.
It was an incredible year. The year 2001 is actually only emulated this year,
Wow.
in 2023.
That
where
is
there's
something.
a plethora of successes, where you have back-to-back successes, films that release on the same day, just like Lagan and, for those who don't know, Lagan and Gaddar released on the same day in 2001.
Gaddar 1.
Yeah, and Gaddar 1. And this time Gaddar 2 released with OMG. So it was like, and it was mad. It was just crazy.
You named one line from a review. One thing I have to say that you read everything. I met Karan in New York. Something had happened at that time and I happened to be there and we did an interview. I asked him, when I entered the room, I said, Karan, do you know what all they are writing about you in India? They have written columns and blogs. And he said, I've read everything. Let's start the interview. Karan, what is it that you are so aware and do you read everything written about you even today?
Yes. I search for it. I search for my film. I search for my name. I read the bad stuff, the good stuff, the really bad stuff, the really, really bad stuff, the trolls, then the praiseworthy columns and articles. I read it all. I feel for a filmmaker, it's very critical not to live in a bubble. We tend to do that in our fraternity, where we tend to only want yes people around you. But it's important to have the no's and the maybes also, because you learn from that the most. When I read the criticism, I understand that just like I'm an artist, but I'm also a human being. I will falter, I will fumble, I will make mistakes. There will be films that will have patches that won't resonate with an audience. I had to know. Critics are not after our lives, yeah. I mean, they're just like people with opinions, and they must be respected. They don't have, nobody has an agenda. When they don't like my film, I can't say, oh, conspiracy theory, this person hates me, that's why. But I'm like, you have to know that everyone's doing their job, you have to respect it. Yes, I do get that unconstructive criticism that comes from nameless, faceless, pointless trollers. That I don't account for. Okay. But like sensible people who are writing columns and reviews, you've got to read them and see what the holes in your film are. Right. And accept it. And if somebody's trolling you, you may have made an error, and there's no harm in saying, I'm sorry.
Right. So, when you read all those bad things and very bad things and all those things you said, are you someone who moves on and just, or are you someone who gets disturbed?
No, I built a certain resilience over time. I don't move on like that way, but I read it, I absorb it, I acknowledge it, and then I move on.
You said critics have a job to do this. I mean, today we are in 2023, many films 25 years later. Did you have this maturity even in your first film? Were you okay with?
No, I was sad then, yeah. When Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham's reviews were bad, I was like really upset. My heart broke. Right. There were some good ones also, but like more or less it was like, what is this? It's just one big song and dance saga, and it's manipulative, and everyone's just crying through the film, and I was like, and it's forced patriotism, and I read a lot of like stuff like that. But it's just like everyone now when they come tell me K3G is their best film and favorite film and all, I'm like, life really kind of has, like the last 25 years, I feel films have also grown, and I think watched by generations. I was so overwhelmed when I went, we had fan screenings for Kuch Kuch, and I was like, everyone in those screens were like 20, 21, 22, like they were not even born when the film was released, and the film is still resonating. I don't know how to explain, I felt so grateful at that time. I was like, wow, 25 years later when a film strikes a chord, that means you've done something correct in life.
Right. I'm a minority. I am one of the biggest fans of Kabhi Alvida na Kehna. Kank was a film that I've told you every time I've met you that I absolutely loved. In case you all haven't seen it, please go and see it. How many have seen Kabhi Alvida na Kehna? Okay, everybody has. Good. Karan, what those reviews were quite again divided, right?
Yeah, polarized. Yeah,
polarized. So, what stays with you about that film? You went on to making something like you always do.
Well, it's a topic that people are awkward to address. It's the topic of infidelity. Someone told me you're endorsing infidelity, and I always say that, how do you endorse something that's sold out? It's a reality.
Right.
We just brush it under the carpet as a society many a time because we don't want to come face to face with the harsh truth of the fact that there could be infidelity in a marriage, in a relationship, and that could be an existing situation. It's still happening in young relationships. You are always wondering if your partner has engaged intimacy with somebody else, has walked out of the boundary of that relationship. It's a reality, but we always try to make it internal. We don't like to watch the reality of it. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, we made the reality real and cinematic, and I think it made a lot of people awkward. So one couple once come and told me and said that, why should we tell each other that we liked Kabhi Alvida na Kehna? Because then the other one will ask, but what did you like about it? And then you'll have to say something. So it's best to just say we didn't like it and move on and go back to our happy marriage.
Right. Ae Dil Hai Mushkil was a film that again, very well made. That got a lot of praise. And again, but still there were people who said, it's great, this, that, but whatever. Ae Dil Hai Mushkil is not a usual story. Where does that story come from?
It's a personal story for me. It's a feeling of what I felt in an unrequited love relationship. And if you ask me what my personal favorite film is, it'll always be Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. Because it felt the most personal to me. I felt like it was a piece of my life put out there. And no matter what the polarization was the last act, but I will live by and stand by that film because it's the story that I wanted to tell. I always feel like when you have the power as a filmmaker or a storyteller or a writer to address your pain and put it out there as a piece of art, that catharsis is a luxury.
Right. No, absolutely. And you did a great job with it. One feels for the characters. So, and now I'm going to, obviously, we don't have much time, we are going to talk about Rocky or Rani. I also messaged you after watching it. Rocky Rani fans here? Very good. I said, the first thing I said was, there's a lot of course correction. Was there, were all those things in the film an effort that let's tick all the boxes and have these kind of messages?
No, I think it was more coming organically from each character.
Okay.
Course correction, you would call it, I would call it evolution.
Evolution.
You all have to grow up and evolve in life, right? I feel like the gender politics of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai are very are questionable, but the gender politics of Rocky or Rani are, I hope, on point, because of a feeling of evolution and being able to kind of include those people who can correct you. We all say sometimes inappropriate things. We don't mean to hurt people. We say them because it's what we were raised on. It's what we were taught, we were told. But hopefully Rocky or Rani was a love story and a family film, but it was also about individual characters and their journeys. And a lot of those were also about issues that plague people. We addressed, of course, patriarchy, which I believe plagues our society. We addressed the importance of a woman in society and what her contributions are as opposed to what the perception is sometimes. We also addressed gender ka koi hunar nahi hunar ka koi gender nahi hota. Sorry, got that wrong. Because I do believe that talent doesn't have a gender. And that you can express yourself in any form or way. So we addressed those, but they were very much in the fabric of the characters of the film.
Right, and this time the reviews were not polarized. This time they were.
Oh,
everybody loved it.
This time this is the best reviews I've ever got. I was in shock that morning. I was like, is something wrong with the film? Everyone loves it. Like I woke up to only positivity and praise, and I was like second guessing myself because it's never happened to me in my own career.
Right.
I was like, oh God, what happened to me? My name become Karan Kashyap. Everyone likes everyone likes my film. There were columns written, reviews. It was so positive. I got scared.
Wow. No, much deserved, guys. Big hand to Rocky or Rani, firstly. Well done. Very well made film. Talking about actors and chemistry, what works with Alia and Ranveer according to you? What is the magic? What is this, according to you as a filmmaker who made this, what is the story behind this magical chemistry?
I think they're buddies. When you're friends, you're so relaxed with each other. And I think great friends result in great chemistry. Shah Rukh and Kajol are great friends. Ranveer and Alia are great buddies. And that ease, that comfort, that absolute kind of friendship results in what you know as chemistry. Chemistry is about two people being easy with each other in a scene, giving each other the look that comes from. Sometimes, when you're in a love relationship or in a marriage, that chemistry actually is not as efficient and not as effective as it is when you're just friends.
Wow. And you think it's the same for Shah Rukh and Kajol?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
Friendship.
yes.
Wow. And, you have directed them. Do you want to tell this audience what is it like to direct Shah Rukh Khan?
Shah Rukh Khan is, in my opinion, like the best experience you can have on a film set.
Wow.
Shah Rukh Khan is not just magnetic and charming, not just magnanimous as an artist, but also majestic, but also so human and real. When he's on that set, his mission is to make everyone on that set smile, happy, and make the scene happen to its optimum potential. He's the most unselfish actor. He will do for the film, never for his character or his personal performance. He will always make sure that the scene, more than anything else, he's the largest heart I think there is. And when he opens his hands wide, it's actually his heart opening along with those hands.
Nice.
Because he's the most large-hearted man I know. He is the emperor of entertainment. And he's also the creation of love in cinema. We love because of Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah. If there was another name for love, it would be like love. Yeah. You can very well say I SRK you because SRK is love.
Right. You know, and we couldn't agree more. All clearly Shah Rukh fans here. Karan, we can't end without a rapid fire.
Oh dear.
And these are questions. These are questions. Most of these questions you have asked your guests. We have taken them out. So you can't say, you can't answer.
Listen, everyone's become damn safe on Coffee with Karan. Nobody says any, because no one wants a PR nightmare.
Right.
So I don't want one either. And this is Bollywood Hungama. You'll only make this into a headline. I'm going to be
Tomorrow, first thing.
So I'm like going to be very safe and politically correct. So please don't expect any fiery answers. They're not coming your way.
Okay, so let's get there. This time on Coffee with Karan, tell us thoda who all are there. Your audience fans hai Coffee with Karan ke. First episode, second episode, kaun hai? What should we expect?
No. I'm not saying anything. I just want to say it's on Hotstar from the 26th of October. I think the opening episode will make everyone very happy.
Alia is there? Ranveer
I'm
is
not
there?
saying anything.
Ranveer is there?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, let's go on to the rapid fire. One millennial habit in which you can beat an 18-year-old. You asked this to Priyanka Chopra.
One millennial habit that I think I can beat an 18-year-old. Oh God, it would be more Gen Z at 18, right?
Yeah.
Beat an 18-year-old. Options in shoes.
Okay, absolutely. Look at this, guys. The one thing about men, women need to know. I've reversed this. You asked this to Vidya Balan.
The one thing about men,
women should know.
That they're much more fragile than you think.
That's a good one. Okay, I'm just going to turn the page and ask you again. Kuch bata do Coffee with Karan ke new season ke bare mein. Sara Ali Khan, Ananya Pandey, Janhvi Kapoor. The next big thing. This is my question, guys.
Sara Ali Khan,
Ananya
Janhvi
Pandey,
Kapoor and Ananya Pandey are the next big thing.
Smart. Very smart. What should your autobiography be called?
He came.
Very well done. Okay. Which of these directors are your direct competition according to you? Sanjay Bansali, Suraj Barjatya, Aditya Chopra, Zoya Akhtar, Raju Hirani.
My favorite directors are not my competition, they are my encouragement.
Wow.
They are my inspiration. Aditya Chopra, Zoya Akhtar and Sanjay Leela Bansali inspire me every day.
Okay. A filmmaker you consider is the future of India?
I always want to be the future of India.
Okay, well, of course. How would you rate yourself as an actor, since we've seen you as an actor?
I'm really good. I'm underrated. People are not offering me acting jobs after Bombay Velvet. I want to change that. Please see some of my videos that I have done as an artist. I'm giving myself a 7.5 with great potential to be a 9 with the right director.
I didn't have to complete the question, guys. Okay, what would be an alternative career for these people? Katrina Kaif, if they were not actors, what would she be great at?
She would be the best dancer in the universe.
Wow. Sonam Kapoor?
She would be the best fashion force. She would be Anna Wintour of fashion.
Okay. Sonakshi Sinha?
Sonakshi would be she's a humanitarian. She's also a fashion designer, by the way. She's done a degree. She would also be in fashion.
Deepika Padukone?
Deepika is the most organized human being on planet Earth. I think she would be great at something that requires a skill set of tremendous organization. But with that beauty and talent, why would she do anything else?
True. And Alia Bhatt?
Alia Bhatt would be a great vet.
Okay, that's nice. The first actor-actress that comes to your mind when I say these things? Puppy.
Ranvir Singh, full of he's urban, a Punjabi urban. What is it? Urban Punjabi youth. What is it? Something puppy. He calls himself. I'm a puppy. He says it. No, Ranvir Singh.
Is that okay? Shark.
Prosperous urban Punjabi youth. Puppy.
Right, Ranvir Singh. Shark. You asked this question to Ranbir Kapoor, so you are the hot
what did
seat
he say?
now. I don't remember, and I've not written that.
Whatever he said, I'm not saying. Shark reminds me of Shark Tank. Piyush Bansal is on Shark Tank.
Okay, okay.
And he's great on that show. I'm saying it all.
Okay.
And also I collaborate with him. I'm one of the ambassadors of Lenskart.
Yes.
So I think that he's a real Shark Tank phenomena.
Right. That was a great placement. Kitten.
Huh?
Kitten.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Ananya.
Ananya, right. And who comes to your mind when I say these things? Good PR. Who's great at it?
Dharma Productions.
Wow. Fashionable.
Mr. Bachchan.
Okay. Diva.
Diva. Who's a diva? Eternally, Rekha ji.
Right. Good actor.
Good actor. A good actor.
Someone said Karan Johar. You have fans.
Shefali Shah.
Yeah. What was your bio on that dating app?
Just make sure you're alive.
Okay.
Bio is my dating for
Yeah.
who I want. No?
Right, right.
I can't afford to be choosy, so just hopefully you're alive.
And what kind of picture did you post on that app when you
Oh,
were...
I didn't. Oh, what I put on
Put
my
on that app, yeah.
Acha, on my Raya app, I put a really nice photo of mine.
Oh, okay.
It had some nice, some corrections. I made my nose better and my cheeks a little more sunken and all that. I did some nice beauty shopping on it. And what did it say? I don't remember what it said. But if I had to, I would say that, I can't afford to have too many criterias.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm 51 now. Yeah, kya hoga abhi?
One scandalous truth tell us and one lie, and this audience have to keep guessing for the rest of the life what is the truth, what is a lie.
Scandalous truth and a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. One is I'm in a relationship. And second is that my next film is an action film.
Oh my God. I'm going to go in the crowd and ask which one do you think is true? Do you want to think which one is true out of these two? Is he in a relationship?
Yeah, I think he's in a relationship.
Okay. Which anyone else? Want to guess?
He's doing an action film.
Why do you think he's not in a relationship? Karan?
Why?
Why? Yeah.
भला मुझ में क्या नहीं है?
Okay, let's end on a happy note. Do you have something to say to Karan?
Yeah. I would just like to congratulate you. Big congratulations on 25 years of a beautiful journey.
Thank you.
I have so much to say, but I think I'm just going to say, तुम पास आए, यूं मुस्कुराए, तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए, अब तो मेरा दिल जागे ना सोता है, क्या करूँ हाय, कुछ होता है,
Wow.
क्या करूँ हाय, कुछ होता है.
What's your name?
Isha, my name's Isha.
Come, give me a hug, Isha. That was so pretty. So beautifully you sang.
Isha, well done. Thank you for that. I've recorded it for you. You can take the video from me. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. I know this was the most exciting session that you all were all waiting for. Please continue be seated. There are more exciting sessions coming. Karan, any last thoughts? You want to tell them anything about Coffee with Karan? Who's on it?
Oh God, no. No, I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I hope you guys are having a great day with all the super lineup of sessions that everyone at Bollywood Hungama, Rohit and the entire team have set up for you. This was amazing. Engaging with people way younger than me is what I do, is because I love it. I feel I learn every day just from your facial expressions or just your energy. So I'm absorbing all this great young energy and I'm getting out of here feeling like a younger man. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's going to sound a little odd and I can't sing, so like Isha, I don't get a hug. But before you go, Karan, we have to say this. We're breathing the same air like you are, the genius that you are. So can we please put our hands up together again for the man, Karan Johar, for giving us the movies that we learn from, breathe, think, dance, do everything. Karan, I know that Rohit has already asked you a few questions, but I still have a few more before we give you the hamper. which is not as amazing as the Coffee with Karan hamper, but here's wishing you best of luck and me best of luck as well.
Oh, I didn't know there was a double whammy here.
Double whammy with double hampers, specially curated for you.
Your hamper now, I know what it'll have in it. It'll have one big Bollywood Hungama thing only in it.
Not necessarily, but well, okay. So that's for you to find out later.
Okay.
So if Rahul had a matrimonial bio saying, I'm cool, मेरा सर 3 औरतों के सामने झुकता है और मैं नीलम शो को binge करता हूँ, what would your matrimonial bio be, Karan, if there was one?
मैं बस यही कहूँगा कि मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं, मैं माँ के साथ रहता हूँ, मैं बहुत सारी चीज़ें बिंज करता हूँ, लेकिन कभी-कभी अकेले भी रहता हूँ.
So sweet.
आप अगर मेरा सूनापन
Karan
सूनापन को भरना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज मुझे कांटेक्ट करें. मैं पूरे पैकेज के साथ आता हूँ, माँ, बच्चे, घर, सब कुछ.
Beautiful. The last question that I have for you is, what's the best piece of relationship advice that has been given to you and that you would like to give to all of us?
Well, I'm like, the only piece of advice that I would give,
Yeah.
actually, not that I've been, because I'm one of those people who have, because I'm single and I've been single for so long, so that may have answered that question, is that let not any one particular thing be a deal breaker in a relationship. Don't be that rigid. Life is full of adjustments, not compromises, adjustments. Sometimes you might find a really special person, but don't have such a rigid way of thinking that you make one particular aspect, one moment, one mistake perhaps, one deathly conversation, a deal breaker. There will always be one red flag, even in the most green flag person. Don't make that one red flag your deal breaker.
Thank you so much. That's
great.
Karan.
That's
Karan,
fantastic advice.
I don't think the applause is going to end anytime soon for you as and when you keep entertaining us. Rohit, I would like to ask you to please present the specially curated hampers by Smoor and Satvik for Karan Johar.
Thank you.